All right, everybody, we'll give it a few seconds. Get started on our daily warrior. Okay, everybody, how are we doing? Glad we're doing okay here. All right, we got a few people coming on, and people ask. Yes, I drink a lot of water. I don't drink fruit juices. I don't drink anything but water. I like coffee. That's different. And I do enjoy a beer one day a week if I get a chance. But that's about it. It's pretty much all water. It's what keeps us alive. It also keeps our weight down. Feel better. Sleep better. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so the topic is we're better when we help others. We're at our worst when we better them. So when we better them, I did Tong Sudo for many years, and Wang Qi was the founder, and he had these philosophical nuggets there that were good. And when you better someone, it's like when you beat them in a fight, you call, I have bested you that day. Or when you try and make someone better, but it's really for your own enjoyment, you know, or your own ego, you're really not being altruistic. So when we actually physically help or spiritually help somebody, if you want to call it that way, we are concerned and we want them to rise up to another level, the spirit of Kaizen, of plus-minus relationships, where if I want to seek out something I need to know, I got to seek a plus. And I have a couple pluses in my life, and I'm their minus, and a plus is obliged to help someone who's a minus, to help them go up a level. And then me, I'm a plus to a few other people. I help them any way I can. That's how the relationship works. So yesterday, we're doing some sparring. You know, we're getting ready for belt testing coming up in August, week after school starts. And I had some white belts. They don't have their sparring gear yet. I don't require it till yellow or orange. And I wanted them to have some sparring gear and try it out. So I had some like sparring helmets we have as like a loner, put on the Hogu, and they have their gloves. So I explained a few rules, and they sparred with a yellow belt who was a little bit more experienced. He's been actually sparring for a little while, and he's picked up a few things. And one of the children in this class, he was enjoying it, but he was having a hard time kind of putting it all together. And his, excuse me, his classmate, without me asking him, he toned himself down and said, look, try and make the hook come here. You know, now sidestep like he told you. Now throw that hook, throw that kick. You know, and he was helping him, even though it was a sparring match and everyone wants to win. But the character of this person came out. He was helping, not bettering his fellow classmate. He could have bettered him. He could have like won, you could say. And I say there's no winning when we're sparring in the studio. We're just working out. But he toned down and made sure that he could connect the dots like he did. I thought that was phenomenal. And this is why sparring teaches us so much. You know, it's not about the fight. It's not about winning. It's not about violence. It's about the relationships we make with it. And yes, we have to do it so we can practice to defend ourselves outside of our controlled environment here. But when you have martial arts, kickboxing, whatever you do, there are things you practice, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's boxing drills, whatever. It's a controlled environment. If you tackle me, I know I pull guard, I put butterfly guard, I go into an arm bar, I go to Kimura, I go to something. I have options. And sometimes you tell, okay, you're tackled, you're going to go and do the buck and roll. Now he's past your guard. Now try and hold on, do the punch block series, whatever it is. So those are like controlled things. Now after you do this guy's going to do that. Same thing with a kickboxing drill. You're going to hit the pad 1, 2, 3. Then he's going to throw here, you're going to cover, and then you're going to front kick, and he's going to use his pads to take your front kick. So that's a controlled environment. And then when you spar, and you say, okay, it's just kickboxing this round, or now we're going to throw grappling in there, now all that's gone out, and it's uncontrolled. And we have to deal with that. And it's easy to take advantage of people in an uncontrolled environment when you have more experience, or you're better at something than they are. But here, this student learned that even though it's an uncontrolled environment now, we can actually work with each other. And he toned down and said like, hey man, do the hook over here. You know, he's been training only a month longer than him, but He's trying to help him because he wants him to succeed. And that's a 10-year-old or 12-year-old child helping another 9 or 10-year-old child. And I think that's what the martial arts should be teaching us. And it does, when taught correctly. It teaches people to help others, to help them get better, not better them. You know, so I think we need to keep that in mind. And that's all I got for today. So I want to make that point, that we are our best when we help others, at our worst when we better them. And I thought it was great to see young martial artists get that concept without me even telling them. They just kind of learned it on their own. And I think that's what we need. So that's it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a kicking day.